and they all seem to be leaking coolant from a couple places. That's the first place I'm gonna wanna look. That is the hose I was telling you about. So the coolant is coming out of here, and the last criminal is in the back. Hello, my Rover friends, and welcome to the Lucky 8 channel. Today, I'm gonna show you how I go through trying to find out where a coolant leak is on a Land Rover 6-cylinder supercharged motor. The donor vehicle here is a Discovery 5, but that motor has been D4, Range Rover Sport, full-size Range Rover. All of the full-size cars seem to have this power plant, and they all seem to be leaking coolant from a couple places. None of these jobs are super hard. They're just very time consuming. I'm gonna show you step by step what I do to try to find out where it's leaking. Cue the intro. Okay, first things first, we gotta get the hood bonnet open and take off this little piece of plastic trim. It just kind of pops up. It's held in these little suction cup pieces, and it slides into two rubber grommets back there. And here you go. First thing to look for is look at the cover. You can see that is coolant. That means coolant in the front of the motor is getting onto the belts and the accessories and thrown into the cover. That's the first place I'm gonna wanna look, but there's a couple other spots that we definitely wanna dig into and see if it's leaking from there. Right here is where the coolant would be splashing up. If I get a flashlight, we might be able to see something, but you wanna really have a good idea what's going on. We're gonna pull off this intake straight blade screwdriver, straight blade screwdriver, straight blade screwdriver, and 10mm bolt. There's also a little magic clip on the side. Be very careful of that. Now that the center section is free, there's also a throttle body screw that needs to be removed. Once it's off, I'll show you, but you gotta get your screwdriver in there and take that one apart too. Okay, with everything finally free, we wanna just gently wiggle it side to side like so and pull it off, but there is an intake little plastic hose connected to the side. Don't snap that, just gently wiggle it back, and I'll show you the hose. Okay. It goes right here. That is the hose I was telling you about. This one wasn't connected, so whoever was in there before me forgot to put it on. You don't want to break that. Now that we have the little upper plenum out of the way, or the intake plenum out of the way, we can really see what's going on. Come on in, we'll have a chat. All right, my friends. Immediately you can see there's coolant residue on top of the water pump, buried beneath the water pump. Over here you're getting some spray. I don't know if you can see it behind the hose. There's a little bit of red. That was a spray that was coming up. So the coolant is coming out of here at a reasonably quick pace. And this is the crossover pipe, which is famous for leaking down in here where it connects to the block. But yeah, my flashlight's in your way. But I don't see any coolant there. That's the water pump. And I'm starting to think the water pump might be our culprit like it was on the other one that we just did. All right, for you guys that don't have the leaky water pump issue, I'm gonna show you a couple other places I looked to see if we can find out where the coolant's coming from. And I think this car is gonna actually have a twofer because I see coolant in a place that it shouldn't be. Come on in. All right, right next to your oil filter, there's a little gap right here. You can see me highlighting it with the flashlight. You wanna get your flashlight and kind of peer down in there, and you'll be able to see the top of the valley pan. looking at the top of the valley pan, get your light in. There's all kinds of ways you can get light down there, through the front, through the sides, now that you got that plenum out of the way. If you got a pond of coolant, more than likely your front crossover pipe is leaking. Where it connects to the block, hot, cold, and the plastic starts to get brittle and the coolant leaks past the O-rings. So that, I think, is going on top of the water pump. And the last criminal is in the back. Let's have a look. There is another crossover tube back and down. And the trick I look for is on the felt of the firewall that I'm kind of, get down in there, camera. Let me change my angle. All right, this felty firewall that I'm lighting up. If you're pointing your flashlight back there on that firewall and you see a bunch of coolant residue, you might have a bad rear crossover pipe. So this car has got two flaws going for it that I can visually see. Front crossover pipe leaking, water pump really leaking. At that point, I'm gonna pull the whole supercharger, do the whole kit, and replace the rear crossover pipe. That way I know it's done. If it was just the water pump, could we roll the dice and just do the water pump? Yeah, but why would you? You might as well do the crossover pipe in the front. Well, then since you're doing that, you get the picture. It's, like I said, it's a kind of a tedious job. It's not super hard, you just need to have a lot of patience. I did a whole install video on how to do it, but people are asking me, how do I know if I need to get the coolant done? And now you know. There are the three main places that I look to see if your Land Rover 6-cylinder supercharged is leaking. All right, guys, be sure to follow.